What is going on YouTube? Jay here from Mjtech. Today coming with another Dasaita head unit. This is going to go on a Toyota Corolla 2014 and it should work for any Toyota Corolla from 2014 all the way up to 2016. We have worked on Toyotas before and the process is actually quite simple. So this one from Dasaita is their G13 series and this one comes with 8 GB of RAM, 256 GB of internal storage. It comes with a Qualcomm 665, a 10.33-inch QLED display. It comes with Android 13, and it is a plug-and-play for this Toyota Corolla. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take it out of the box. And let's see what comes inside. And as typical, we get their booklets. They actually tell you with details how things are supposed to go, guys. They even include specific pictures step by step. That's it for the manuals. This one comes with a knob. I did review the version from iDoing and it didn't have a knob. This one has a knob, which is nice. And this is our radio. So we can see the certification from Dasaita. It comes with an HDMI port on the back and all the connections go right on here. This is the knob that I was talking about before. All right, very nice. Then we have the harnesses. This is dedicated for Toyota. Check this out. It came with the brackets. Now this is cool because I've seen radios that don't include the brackets. This one came with the brackets. That's very, very nice. And these are things such as the GPS antenna, sometimes the 4G modem. It comes with the microphone and all that good stuff, and that's all we get inside of the box. And in case you're curious, these are all the wires. So we get the double USB connection here. We get the GPS antenna, like I said, the SIM tray, pry opening tools, microphone. These are the clips that go on the radio. Typically with other head units, you had to remove the old ones from the car. In this case, they came included. Then we get the 4G antenna. We got the little Wi-Fi antenna here. We get the USB port for the factory hub on the vehicle, which is nice. We have the auxiliary cables here. We get another USB port cable. This is for the reverse camera. This is for the microphone. And this is the plug-and-play harness from Dasaita. This side connects to the car and then this side connects to the radio. Of course, we have a CAN bus system and it looks like we had to ground a wire as well. Alright, so now let's head on to the car and let's see how this gets installed. Alrighty guys, so this is our car. This one in fact has a rebuilt title. I guess they got it at a good price. It still is in good condition overall. And this is the radio unit that we currently have on here. This is the factory stuff. And so yeah, this is all we need is a pry opening tool and a 10mm socket. You can use a electric drill or you can use a regular socket. So let's go ahead and start by prying the AC vent here along with the whole thing. And as you can see guys, it comes out quite easily. It's not too difficult, but you still got to be careful because with time these plastics tend to get a little brittle. And all we got to remove here is the airbag light for the passenger and the hazard button harness on the rear. Now we can set this to the side for now. And as you can see, we got 4 10mm. So we got 2 here and 2 here. That's when we grab our little drill and remove them. Let's see. Alright, so here we are back at it with the impact drill. Much better. And now we are ready to pull out the radio. Now we had to remove all the harnesses from the rear. And boom. So we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 harnesses that have to come out in order for you to get this disassembled, okay? And these are the factory brackets, as you can see. And on the other unit, I didn't see that it has holes in it to connect the brackets. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them, but I'll try to figure it out and see if there's anything that I can do to get them installed. But at least for now, we got all this disassembled, and now we are ready to put in the new stuff in. So these two, I think I know now how they go and why they're here. And the main reason is that this is to provide support from underneath, and the radio is just going to sit on this area here. That's why there's like a little curve. That's so that it slides through, and this is just going to alleviate that pressure created by the weight of the radio. And so you're going to install it like this, okay? And then you're going to do the same thing on this side. So now we have to remove this trim on the complete bezel. There's a trim we have to remove. And so for this, you have to press on these clips, the yellow ones. Okay, I was able to push these two in. And now, from the top, you kind of like pull back a little bit. So from the back, you go like this. And from the bottom, you go forward. Okay, and that's how we get this whole trim completely off. As you can see, we have 4 pins, okay, and then they clip on here. So you have to kind of like lift this a little bit so that it comes right off, and it comes out from the back side. And this is your airbag warning light, okay. And this one, since we got new clips, we're not going to reuse these clips. We're just going to keep this to the side, and we're going to install the radio into this new bezel very shortly, guys. So now we're going to continue here with the harness, and basically all we need to do is kind of like just match the design of the harness. So for instance, in this case, we have the let's see, the one for the antenna adapter, and that's going to be this one here. So we plug it in like so. Then we have the one with some of the speakers, okay, that goes in nice and smooth. Then we're gonna have the next one here, which is the main one for the power. Let's see, I believe it's this one, and yes, it is this one. And let's see what else. We got one here for the steering wheel controls, and that plugs in very nicely. And we should have one for the reverse camera. I believe it's this one here. And yes, guys, now keep in mind that for the reverse camera, you had 2 different scenarios. You got one like this, and that's going to be your output for that camera. But since we connected this one, it's going to be this one that also says camera. So you're going to have 2 of them, depending on which one you use. That's the one that you're going to use for power, of course. And then we had to connect this to ground somewhere in here, and I think I see a screw back here that looks like it could be ground. So we're going to try it back here and see how that goes, guys. Don't forget to plug in your USB cable adapter. It goes in like that, and then this gets connected behind the radio using a harness that I initially thought I was going to use inside of the glove compartment, but in reality we're going to use it straight from the car because this USB port that comes from factory does in fact support wired CarPlay and wired Android Auto. We have tested that on a previous vehicle. So I'm going to remove that from here. Now let's go ahead and stick the GPS antenna right underneath the dash. The next one we have is for the 4G modem. This one I'm still going to use just so that in the event that they want to add a service, all they have to do is just put on the SIM card. As a matter of fact, I do have a SIM card that I use on my truck, And it is, if you live here in the States, it is with H2O wireless. And let's stick this antenna as high as you can, guys. It is important because this is how you're gonna get your reception on here. So we just did two things. We just installed the microphone, which is needed for this radio, and the microphone wire is actually right here. All right, so we have so far the this is the modem for the 4G. We have our GPS. Then we have the harnesses already all plugged in, and this right here, this is for the SIM card. Okay, in case they want service in the future, they have it here inside the glove compartment. So to prep this unit, what we're gonna do first is install the hazard light button, and as you can see, it fits perfectly well on there. And now we're going to install the airbag light. Check that out. The next thing that we have to do on here is install the Wi-Fi antenna. It is covered by that little red cover, and the antenna is usually best if you guys kind of like keep it in an angle for when you install it. It doesn't interfere with anything. I already connected the microphone harness, which goes on here. This is for the reverse camera. It goes on here, and these are the clips that came included with this radio, and they go on like this. They're super simple to install. And now we have to reinsert this bezel in here like so. Now we can actually snap it on this side here. So now we're gonna go to the car and pop all this in. I just noticed that maybe this harness is going to be needed just because of the auxiliary in that we have for the right and left. Coming from this harness, the one that goes into the radio, and also it connects here to the speaker, we have the auxiliary. It says input as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm still going to connect this. I believe it goes on like this. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is connect the right to the right, like this, and the left to the left, and that's it. Okay, so far what we have connected is the main harness. Then we connected the microphone that we ran. Then we connected this harness, which connects the auxiliary in right here into the radio. And then we connected this harness for the auxiliary. We have this other one. This is the one that is inside the glove compartment. That's for the SIM card. Okay. Then this one here is for the USB that I showed you guys before. Then we got this one, which connects the reverse camera. And then we have the antenna. You had to connect that one. We got the GPS right here. We have the 4G modem, and we have the Wi-Fi antenna right on here. Everything is working great, so I think we are just about to put everything back together. But before we do that, I just want to show you that the reverse camera works great. And we have the grid lines. We have a whole bunch of them. I have to disable some of them because it's just too much, but one of them does work with the steering, as you can tell. So as I'm moving the steering wheel, this moves as well. Even when we turn on the AC here, let's go ahead and turn it on. You can see how it comes on the radio also. Okay, this is all part of that CAN bus system. Well guys, we finally finished here with the Dasaita radio, and this thing came out to be spectacular. As you can see, the first thing is that every time you open and close the door, let me show you that one more time. Let's get inside of the vehicle. Every time we close the door, open the door, it gives you that information right out of the bat. I did set up the SIM tray in case this person, the owner of this vehicle, which is my neighbor, in case she decides to add service, they can add service on here, which is nice. And yeah, look how clean everything looks. And I do like the fact that we have a knob. just for the simple reason that you can mute it easier, and we don't have those hideous capacitive buttons like the home, the back. Everything is on the screen, which I think it makes it more premium looking and also more factory looking. But I want to show you here on settings. Let's go into about machine, and right here you guys can see that in fact we have Android 13 on here already pre-installed, guys. But then we also have the radio station, which is right here, and that works great. Let's go ahead. This is a Spanish radio station, of course, so you can increase, decrease the volume, and then if you press it, it mutes the sound, as you can see. And the FM and all the radio station like AM, I don't use AM much, but FM and AM, they're both working great with great reception. And as you can see, the user interface looks very nice and clean as well. All right, guys, so here we are on the other side, and if I put this vehicle on reverse, you will notice how the camera is super nice and clear. That's because, well, we are using the factory camera. It does have the grid lines, just like the factory camera did, and it comes with its own lines, and believe it or not, they work with the steering wheel, but then you can't disable these blue lines, and it looks like it's just too crowded. I don't like it. And in order for you to disable those lines, you can do that directly from the settings menu. You go into the car settings, I believe. Let's go ahead and check that out. And we go into extra settings, and we go all the way to the bottom here, and then you're gonna see rear view ruler, and that's the one I turned off, and that's how I got that one to disappear, because before it was just too heavy to see. Okay, so these are the extra settings. You can do a whole bunch of things. You even have factory settings, and the passcode is 126. You click OK, and this will take you more into the things like car logo. You got radio, voice, CAN bus, and the list goes on. Also, guys, something cool about this radio is the fact that we have a actual compass. Okay, for some people, depending on what you're doing, this can be important, and it is well calibrated. I am in fact pointing north, okay, which is that way, and this thing is working great. I do have a slight decline because this is a driveway, and you can see that it's telling me that I am on a decline, and the car is pretty leveled on the side. So as you can see, it is reading that as well. So this is something very cool. Not all the radios come with a built-in gyro, which is again a plus. Also here from Bluetooth, you can customize the name. It says something about link something, I forgot what it was, but if you go on settings, you can change it to whatever name you want. I went ahead and changed it to Toyota. That way it looks a little bit more professional, in my humble opinion. So all these sensors, well, not the sensors, but all the antennas are hooked up and they're working great. We got the GPS, we have the 4G modem antenna. Everything seems to be working perfect. And check this out. These steering wheel controls, they come already set. So if I increase the volume from here, okay, you can see that works great. We can decrease it. We can change station. So let's say I'm on the radio here. Let's open the app. Okay, I can change the station directly from here. So you can see I'm pressing the button, and that's the previous station. That's the next station, and it goes on and on. So yes, all the steering wheel controls, they are working perfectly well on this vehicle, which is something that a lot of you guys are looking forward to. So on that behalf, I have zero complaints. This screen also has a lot of brightness. The nits are quite high, and as you can see, it is a pretty sunny day today. It is only 3:17 p.m. here in Florida, and it is quite sunny outside, and I can view this thing perfectly well. Also, the buttons, such as the hazard buttons, which is this one here, it is working great, so no issues there. The passenger airbag warning light is also very nice, and if you look at the edges, that looks 100% like factory. So yes, guys, all in all, I gotta say Dasaita did a great job. Once again, this is my second radio with them. The first one went to a Toyota Tacoma 2010. I'm pretty sure you guys saw that video here on the channel. And then this is the second one, which is the Corolla this is a 2016, and this should work for any Corolla from 2014 all the way up to 2016. And again, the fact that it has that little knob makes a big difference, and we don't have the capacitive buttons. They decided to make the screen bigger instead and just add that little knob to make things a little bit simpler. So again, you can do pretty much everything you can do on a tablet, you can do on this particular radio, just because of the fact that we do have the Play Store. You can log in, you can download any type of application that you want, and it has a advanced Bluetooth system where it does allow you to connect, let's say, your phone, and also a Bluetooth remote control for gaming. You can do that as well, and you can download games on here, and you can in fact play them thanks to that processor that we have built in, which is the Qualcomm 6125 octa-core processor, and all the RAM. We can definitely multitask. Well, with that being said, let me know what you guys think about the Dasaita radio. Is it something that you would consider in your car? If it was my personal car, I would say yes. This thing definitely has the qualities. It is a true plug and play, and even comes with a nice little sketch letting you know how everything goes with quality pictures, something we don't see every day. So with this being said, let me know once again what you think down below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, comment, and share. And also, guys, click on the bell icon. It does help me a lot when I post videos, that way you guys don't miss them. And check out my Amazon links as well. Thank you, and I'll catch you guys on my next one.